Let's get down to business. Good morning, everybody, whatever you are. It's shining time here at Olympia Bowling Alley in Helsingborg, Sweden. Don't you think that I had 10 coffees in the morning? I'm just drinking my first Red Bull, but I'm feeling super positive, super energized. There is a lot of striking going on the lanes. It looks like everyone who's bowling on this final step one, they really had a good strategy going on. They really found out what they want to do on the lanes. And let's have a look at the action. We have quite interesting scoring pace at the moment. Anton Persson, triple, spare, double on lane 1 and 2. Um, Alec Keplinger from the United States, a 5-bagger on 13. Nora Johansson, a triple and a double on 14, even if she's got a couple of open frames over there. Petter Hellstrom, triple, and no open frames. 17 and 18, we find Dominic Barrett, who managed to qualify at the very last squad. He did a great job last night. I'm actually and personally pushing Dominic forward because I polished a few balls for him just before the last squad, and I made sure to tell him 10% is going to be in my pocket. So go, Dominic, go. Jokes away. 17 and 18, we also find Robin Ilemar, front 6 and 8 spare. Lanes 19 and 20, we find Jesper Agerbo from Denmark, triple spare, double spare. Pontus Andersson, we had the pleasure to be talking with Pontus a few days ago. He was sitting with us on the streaming. Pontus is not only Team Sweden, but one of the main coaches in the Swedish bowling school in Nässjö. And he starts with the front 7. He's now going to take a shot on lane 20. James Blomgren, he's got the front 8 on lane 9 and 10. The crazy lefty superstar from Sweden also. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of power. He's bowling a little bit more older school on this event. He was actually using a couple of dot balls on the warm-up. Since he's a lefty, I guess he was trying to just create a little bit of room over there. Good morning, Jennifer. Yes, James is on fire. James is actually absolutely going really strong on it. But if we see all around, it's a lot of strikes going on. Pretty much on every pair, there is somebody doing quite a high game. If we had to point into a pair of lanes where people is struggling a little bit more, I would say lanes 3 and 4. We find Chase with 1 open frame, Anton Andersson a couple of open frames, and Justin Knowles with 1 open frame, despite a double at start. Good morning, my Jacks. Welcome into the chat as well. It's going to be a very long day, but it's going to be the most exciting of them all. It's only the best, and it has to be the best of the best. We have seen a lot of super great bowlers struggling all the squads in the qualification round. It was pretty tough to find a way to really strike, but maybe they had a real good night's sleep. They seem to be quite fresh and shiny. It's not that often that you start doing the warm-up 10 minutes before 8 a.m. in the morning. So probably they had a big coffee also as soon as they jumped out of the bed. Midnight, good night, sir. And yeah, by that nickname, Midnight, actually, I'm gonna say good night to you as well. No, okay, good morning. Enjoy the days, enjoy the game, enjoy the final. I mean, it's when there's so many people making strikes, I don't think I can really write down any numbers and any names. We're just going to keep on following the action. For those of you who have no much idea how it's going on, oh, amazing spare now for Martin Paulson in lane 17. He just took the 2, 4, 8, 10, hooking the ball, and so it was the right way to do it and a very precise way to do it. I was saying, for those of you who don't really know how the format is, everyone on the lanes now started from scratch, so everybody is starting from 0. It's going to be 5 games, and I'm going to let you know exactly, so I don't make any mistakes, how many will advance into the next stage. 15 plus the top 20 it was. Top 20, it's a little bit early. As you can see, the coffee has not yet made it all the way to my brain. Thank you, Jonathan. So 5 games, top 15 goes on. It's going to be high scoring, definitely. I see quite a few people above par, so it's going to be tough to get into that top 15. I'm wondering, Jennifer, how many windows have you open there on the computer? Because you have eyes on so many places. You seem to see more than I do, and I must say, in front of me, I have like a 80 inches or 100 inches screen. 95 inches screen. I'm sitting only 1 meter away from it, and I still miss some of the action. So great job on yourself as well. Massimo, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the chat. Midnight says it's afternoon here in Singapore. Wow, wow. It's good to talk to you, buddy. We have a bowler from Singapore living in Barcelona for quite some time. Probably you know him. Yuwen. He used to bowl on the national team and great guy. All right, back to business. Alec is already done, 227. Dan Harding, 213. Nora Johansson, pretty good effort over there, 213. Let me see, someone else is already done. Yes, we have Jesper Agerbo with 247 on lanes 19 and 20. James Blomgren is on the way for a 279. AJ Johnson recovering nicely also for 230 something. Pontus Andersson made a strike on the 10th. If he makes a double, he's going all the way for a 250. Peter Hellstrom on 15 and 16 also on the way for a 250 game. Emmanuel Johnson, 3 open frames, but now he's got a triple. He can save that game and get it all the way to the par. Oi, that was a little bit out on Dominic Barrett on the 11th. Come on, Dom. Don't drop my 10% all of a sudden. Anyway, even if the ball went a little bit out into the corner, it's going to be a good game for Dominic. It's going to be a 231. So it should be enough to stay on top 15. It's another 4 games to go. 233 for AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson on lane 19 and 20. 233. Jesper over there also 247. Now we're going to see what Pontus is able to do on the frame number 11. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think Pontus is one of those guys who is really, really comfortable on those deep inside areas. So lane 17 and 18, sharing with Dominic Barrett. We find another super talented bowler, Robin Ilamar. He just destroyed everyone else in the finals on the World Cup under 21 late in June, so it was a couple of months ago. He just gave away 1 pin, but 245 for Robin Ilamar. This guy can strike, but I'm gonna keep it there. Let me run around, see what else is happening on the lanes. Marcus Johnson, 210. Yannick Rose, 193. Moritz, 192. James Blomgren managed to strike out, so 279 for James Blomgren. That's a nice start, right? That's how you want to start a morning of bowling. Peter Hellstrom, 244. Emmanuel Johnson has got the 10 pin over there, so he's going to drop down to 189. But the way his game looked on frame 5 is going to be not happy, but at least relieved that it was not dropping too many pins from the start. See another strike for Carl Wargren. He needs to strike out for a game of 220. And the thing is now at 220 is going to put you quite behind the leaders. People is really going high on this morning. It looks like we changed the pattern. We did not, obviously. It's the same one we had during the week. But as Kyle Trapp was saying yesterday on his super high squat, it looks like people understood finally that they need to use the warm-up not to create dry spots on the lane, but on the contrary, to try to push the oil a little bit further down. And it seems to be paying out. We have a message from Wayne. Thank you for the great coverage from here in Australia. Hello, buddy. Hope you have a good day over there. Um, we're doing the best we can. Actually, we only had, that I can remember, we only had one issue during the whole week with the streaming. It was somebody stepped on the wrong cable and we couldn't find the misconnection, but at the end we found it. It was fixed in about 10 minutes. And hopefully nobody is going to jump into any cables today. We make sure to protect all the connections a little bit better. So we should have a pleasant day and enjoy a lot of striking, a lot of high scoring, as we have been witnessing on this game one. The leader is going to be Blomgren with 279. There is 255 for Pontus Andersson, 247 for Agebo, 245 for Ilmar, 233 for AJ Johnson. Yeah, we're gonna update the scores pretty soon. It's a couple of guys still shooting on the 10 frame. I see on 3 and 4, Justin Knowles strike out. The last 6 to go all the way up to 234. That's a good game for Justin there as well. We had some people talking yesterday. It was not that many lefties on the final, but at the end we said it was 376 total bowlers, and we have 4 lefties on the finals. So it's a little bit above 10%. It looks like it's not the lefties event, but it's not also a right-handers event, because the numbers are pretty equal for the percentage of bowlers, right-handers and left-handers we had in the field. Jennifer, she says, how's the audience looking? A lot of people already, or a bit less this early? For being that early as it is, it's looking good. There was a few empty spots, but I believe in a couple of games it's going to be completely full and really packed. I'm actually very happy that I'm sitting in the booth, because otherwise I would have no place to sit during the rest of the day. Every single time I've been here at the Lucky Larsen, the audience goes crazy. It gets super packed, and there is a couple of people I'm feeling sorry for, is the guys in the kitchen and the guys in the bar, because it's going to be definitely a very busy day for them. But it's just one last effort. Tomorrow, Monday, it's going to slow down, and it's not going to be as crazy as it has been for these last few days. Okay, now everybody is done on this game number 1. Everybody's starting game number 2. For those who are not on these specific channels, let me remind you that we have Specto Live on both lanes 15 and 16 and lanes 19 and 20. So you can get a little bit of extra information. So lane 1, Dominic Barrett. Lane 3, AJ Johnson. Both of them with 230. Let's see, James Blomgren. Another strike to begin second game, 279. He's bowling on 5 and 6. Justin Knowles also with 30 over, bowling on lane 7. Alec from United States bowling on lane 10, 27 over. Petter Hellstrom, 44 over on lane 12. Who else is doing good? Robin Ilmar, 45 over, bowling on 13 and 14. Agerbo, 47 over, bowling on lane 16. Pontus Andersson, 55 over, also bowling on lane 16. And there are some more people above the par, but those are the highest scores at the moment. Let's see what goes on this game 2. We have people also watching from Hawaii. Man, that really is something. I wouldn't mind be taking this from Hawaii and during the breaks or the commercials, have a quick swim over there. Hello and welcome to the chat. Welcome to the streaming. I hope everybody's having a lot of fun. We have also Andreas. Good morning from Daki. It's wonderful to see how many people is connecting that early in the morning. Well, it's not going to be early morning everywhere. Obviously, each one of you is on a different time zone. But welcome everybody. Enjoy the show. Okay. Sorry if you listen to me whisper a little bit. I was finding out if we could get the ranking, so I don't get a little bit too much confused. I get pretty much confused on my own, so I don't need any extra help getting confused. And they're working on it. It's still a lot of things happening. It's going to be a really busy day for all of us over here. So many bowlers to attend to, also some families, and we have seen bowlers bring in their wives and bring in their kids, and so it's a very nice atmosphere on the bowling alley. It's going to get pretty crowded, and it's looking good. It's looking pretty good. First frame that James Blomgren gives up a few pins, but he's still doing super good with that 279 game to begin with. Marcus Johnson is bowling now on lane 3 and 4, started with the front 3. Dom is also started front 2. Robin Ilamar looks like he's warming up his crazy engine. He's got the front 3 again. Now this kid is dangerous. Robin, if he finds the way to strike, it's one of those guys who really won't give up at all and is going to keep on going like a crazy MF, and he's really like strike machine, definitely. Marcus Johnson, 4 in a row, started with the front 4. Robin is going to take a shot now on lane 13. Try to get also the 4th strike in a row. A little bit short in the pocket, just a 2-pin, but that's going to be a very easy spare. And thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Donald. Here's my complete ranking so I can let you know what goes on. And first place, James Blomgren, 279. Then we find Pontus Andersson, 255. Jesper Agerbo from Denmark, 247. Robin Ilamar, 245. Petter Hellstrom, 244. Justin Knowles, 234. AJ Johnson, 233. Dom Barrett, 231. Alec Keplinger, 227. Nora Johansson, 213. Don Harding, 213. Carl Walgren, 211. Marcus Jansson, 211. Anton Persson, 211. Anders Johansen from Norway, 206. That makes it the top 15. Remember, only the 15 best bowlers on this step are going to go on into the final. We still have another 2 more bowlers over par, which is Andre Prekop on 16th place with 202. And Chase Nadeau, not over par, but exactly on the par with 200. All the way to from 16 to 24, they are pretty close nearby. Yannick Ross, 193. Noel Strandman, 193. Moritz, 192. Peppi, 190. Emmanuel Johnson, 189. Anton Algren, 187. And Oscar Brostrom, 187. Oscar Brostrom and Martin Paulson. They are the two seniors who made it into the step one, made it into the final through the senior gateway. They are fighting to be the number one in the ranking of the PBA regional Sweden on the seniors. So there's some other small competition going on between them, and in the middle of this gigantic event. Remember, guys, it's the only PBA official title that you can win outside the United States on this season or at the moment. If the winner is not, is not a PBA member, it's not going to be considered a PBA title because you need to have the membership on the PBA tour. But you can always go home and tell, you know what, I don't have the PBA membership, but I kicked everyone's ass, so that's going to make you feel happy anyway. Back to the action. Justin Knowles, front four on lane 7 and 8. Dominic Barrett has got the front three on lane 1. Yannick Ross, a spare and 4 in a row on 11 and 12. Let me see someone else. Robin Ilamar, as we said, triple 9 spare 9 spare on 13 and 14. Pontus Andersson, that was doing quite okay. 9 spare, double 9 spare. Anton Persson on 17 18. Double, spare spare and a double. Emmanuel Johnson on 19 and 20, open frame, but then a triple. We can see some striking again, perhaps a little bit less than we saw on game 1, but it makes all the sense in the world. Game 1, you got the warm-up. You really have your time to make the fine adjustments and start striking. It's very easy to do a lot of strikes on the game you have been working on. It should be very easy. You get plenty of time to read the lane and decide what ball's going to give you the best carry, etc. But once you change lane, you get into some other bowler's traffic, and then you need to make your, I was going to say small adjustments, but this week nothing has been small. Every adjustment needed to be quite big. So being smart, being sharp, being quick, it's going to pay out. Being brave, I would say, is going to pay out. Playing the safe card could not give you enough, especially when we can see what the scoring pace has been on this game 1. Jennifer says a lot more pocket hits this morning compared to the squads. Robin will be a superstar in the sport, so young and a lot of years of competition ahead of him. I agree with you, absolutely. I would say there is at least a couple more Swedish young bowlers at the age of Robin who have, if not the same, even more potential. And I can say from my years when I really bowled seriously and I did, like, not the PBA tour, but pretty much every major event all around the world. This sport is also a little bit into waves in the state of shape you have. Sometimes you have 6 months where absolutely nobody can beat you, and then you have another 3, 4, 5 months where you cannot beat yourself. So as I said, there's at least another couple of guys in Sweden around the same age as Robin, even a little bit younger, who have as much or even more potential. So I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 years from now we see 1 or 2 TV shows in the PBA Tour with 2 or 3 Swedish guys, all of them two-handers. And now we're going to have to see how Jesper takes that when he's bowling on the tour and he gets some of his Team Sweden teammates going over there and trying to do even better than Jesper's been doing lately. Okay, the striking is coming back. Definitely a lot of strikes happening again on the lanes. 19 and 20, Emmanuel Johnson has got a 4-bagger on 17 and 18. Anton Persson, 4-bagger. Anton Algren's got 3. He's going to just take a shot to try to make it to 4. Lanes 13 and 14. The guy we were talking about, Robin Ilamar, triple 9 spare, 9 spare, double. Lane 1, we find Dominic Barrett with 4-bagger and 9 spare. Then we go on 3 and 4, Marcus Johnson. Ooh, that's an expensive frame. Marcus started with 4-bagger, then an open frame, 8 spare, 4. but he managed to spare that 4. We see A.J. Johnson not being able to carry so much on this game. Strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare, and he just gave away the strike on the lane where he was striking. But what to say about AJ? He's been struggling all week, but he kept fighting, he kept going, and he managed to do very well on the last quad. Last attempt was the good one for him. Super talented guys not doing so good this morning. We find on 7 and 8 Arnar Jonsson. Spare, 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 strike, and 9. Arnar shot about 169, I believe it was, on game 1. So Arnar is a little bit out of the pace he would like to be in. James Bongrin, after that open frame on frame 2, he's got already a triple over there, 3 in a row. It's looking better. Yeah, today I would need to be a chameleon. You know, they have those eyes that can look one in one direction and the other one in the other direction, because there's so many bowlers doing good. I cannot keep the pace. I cannot really follow everyone. So you will excuse me if I don't really find a way to explain everything that's going on the lanes. Jennifer being pretty active. She says, "Come on, Peppy." We have 2 girls in the final. It was Nora Johansson and Peppy Konsteri, 2 of the best bowlers we can find in the amateur bowling. Well, actually no longer amateur for Nora. She made her debut in the PBA women's edition for this year. She did pretty good, made a couple of shows. But what I mean is, yeah, probably they are the 2 best bowlers in Europe at the moment. We also had Jasper's wife, Jolene Persson. She's another bowler who can really score unbelievably high. But she was a mom a couple of years ago, more or less. Not really sure how old Jasper's and Jolene's child is, but you know how it is when you become a mom. You take a little bit of time off. You want to be with your children instead of making shots and bowling over there. Brian Smith says, "Did Mike Hunt make the cut?" I'm not really sure, and it's too many things happening at the moment over here, so I cannot really find out. But if you go to the web page, luckylarsen.se, you can find absolutely everything, from the online scoring to the different squads, total results. And find out. I definitely is not bowling this squad, and I don't think I remember seeing him doing good, but I could be wrong. As I said, it was 27 qualifying rounds, 27 squads. It's way too many bowlers I've been talking about and commenting, so you have to apologize me, forgive me, but I really don't remember, Brian. Okay, so who's doing best at the moment? We could say Don Barrett, 4-bagger, 9-spare double on lane 1 and 2. Robin Ilamar on 13 and 14, triple, 9-spare, 9-spare, triple. Who else is doing very good? Doing quite okay, Pontus Anderson, double, no open frames, and another double. And if he strikes out, is on a pace of for 246, so that would be pretty good for him. Robin just made the 4-bagger, so Robin is already on that pace of 240. Robin already had 245 on game 1. So, as I said before, he's a very dangerous kid. When he gets his spot, he's one of those guys who won't let you go. Don Barrett just struck again on lane 2, so it's 4-bagger, 9-spare, and triple for Dominic Barrett. If he keeps it going, it's a potential game of 279. And Dominic had 231 on game 1, so that would put him with 110 over after 2. Some people struggling a little bit on 19 and 20. We find Chase He's got 3 open frames. Anton Andersson has got 2 open frames. Peppi Consteri now an open frame again. She needs double to make 167 on game 2. So Peppi is struggling a little bit at the moment. Nora is definitely fighting it back really, really good. She had 2 open frames. She was having 75 on the score on frame 5. Well, now she's got 4 in a row. So she's already under 200s. And she still have the chance to increase that score on frame number 10. Now Yannick Ross was doing really good. 8 spare, 4 bagger, 9 spare double. But look at these frames, 9 and 10, 5 and 2, and 5 and 4. So he dropped down to 207 to get an even score. It's actually with 400 after 2 games. Petter Hellstrom also 5 and 4 on frame 10. Those are really expensive frames for both of them. So Petter dropped down to 212 for a total score of 456. That could be enough to still, or should be enough, better said, to still be on top 15. It's 5 games on this round, and top 15 advance to the next one. Let me see. James Blomgren on 5 and 6. As I said, strike 5 and 3, but now it's 5 in a row. So James is also going for a high game one more time. Not as high as the first one, but above 200 for sure. And I'm gonna try to pay attention both on James on 5 and 6 and Robin on lane 13. Let's see who's gonna go faster. They're walking at the same pace. Another strike for both of them. Robin Illamar, triple, 9 spare, 9 spare, and a 5 bagger already on frame number 10. James just managed to do the 6 bagger. And Dominic Barrett on lane 1, he also made another 4 bagger. So Dominic carries on his pace onto a 279 game. And these people is getting crazy. I've been feeling all week that I could beat pretty much any of them the way they were bowling. But the way they are bowling in this Sunday morning, I'm pretty happy I'm not on the lanes. They will make me look like an ass. There you go. She was Nora on lane 18. She had this kind of body language, like she missed a little bit to the left, but she had an amazing strike. That's what I call checking the room. She was just making sure that there would be enough room over there, and she got another one. A lot of strikes happening, a lot of action. And definitely Team Sweden is shining. Again, if I pay some attention to those guys who are struggling a little bit, we could put our eyes on Andrei Prekop, the young kid. He's got 3 open frames on this game. Oscar Brostrom, no open frames, but no doubles, just a couple of strikes. Noel Strandman also with 3 open frames and just 1 triple. Robin Illamar, 253 to end up, so 98 over. 98 over for Robin. That's a really high scoring. Dominic Barrett, just take a spare, is going to be on 489. Now I'm going to put my eyes on James Blomgren on lane 6. He's got a 6 bagger. And he gets another strike. That makes it 7 in a row. It's really on a high scoring pace for James Blomgren as well. Pontus Andersson ended up with 225 for a game's total of 480. And Nora gets a brookie on frame 12, but the job was done. After a couple of open frames, she managed to save that one out, 225 for a total scoring of 438. Alec, 427. Petter Hellstrom, 456. Carl Walgren 420. Yannick dropped down to 400, as I said before. Anton Persson 421. Jesper Agerbo 439. Dominic Barrett all the way up to 486. Marcus Johnson 428. AJ Johnson 425. Moritz 419. So we have a couple of bowlers ending on lane 1 and 2. Then we have 5 and 6. There go James again. Yeah, James is on fire. Definitely James is feeling really, really comfortable. Another bowler that when he finds his spot on the lane is pretty hard to beat. He's really doing a lot of striking over there, and he can actually make 266 after a 279 game. And the only really bad frame he had was on frame number 2. He had the 5 and 3. It's a lot of coffee in the room. That's why you can listen a little bit to the background. Coffee is kicking on everybody, and we're talking and talking. People's getting more and more awake. Jennifer says unstoppable strike flow. Indeed, indeed. But we could expect that there's a lot of amazing bowlers on the lanes. They have been playing for so many days. They have a pretty good idea on what they want to do, what kind of strategy, what kind of plan they want to follow. And we can see the scoring pace is really high, top 15. I'm not going to make any predictions because as soon as I make any prediction, the scores go down. But it looks like top 15 is going to require to do pretty well this morning. 2 games are pretty much done. We just have Oscar on lane 5 to do his 10th frame, and Andre on lane 6 now taking a shot on the 12th frame. Andre is a little bit off in struggle mode. He's only on a 350 after 2. So we're gonna get our scores updated real soon, and I'm gonna give you a night update on how is the ranking. There's Johnny Magnusson. Hola, amigo. Hello, buddy. Good morning and welcome to the show. Jan Bright, who is the guy behind the mic? He is a good commentary. I like him. Well, thank you, Jan. This is Luis from Barcelona, Luis Montfort. At some point, the guys on the, when they are a little bit less busy, the guys on the tech, they're going to write down my name over there. So you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. It's been a very fun week, and I'm glad that everybody's enjoying. So let's go with the show. Okay, I see another guy that we had been following pretty much during the week, struggling from Finland. Juhani Tonteri, it's only with a 328. Arnar Jonsson, also surprising, 350. Anton Andersson, 328. Chase Nadeau with 360. Noel Strandman, 374. Linus Schroeder, 336. Yeah, those are the guys who are suffering a little bit, not really finding their best on the lanes yet. It cannot be easy. I mean, as we said during the whole week, the pattern is indeed pretty demanding. The pattern is not easy. It gives you very little room on both sides. And on the top of it, when you're in the final, with the pressure of the final, you start bowling so early. If you haven't had a good night's sleep or the coffee has not kicked in, it gets a little bit tougher. And on the top of it all, when you see all these other bowlers doing so many strikes, you may get into that zone that you don't want to be, but we are humans. Our brains work how they work. And sometimes you get into that zone, like you start doubting yourself, like, my God, why are they striking like 9 out of 10 and I'm striking only twice out of 10? But a lot of talent on the lanes. Still 3 games to go. Usually game 3 was a little bit tougher than games 1 and 2, but today it's only 3 bowlers per pair. So the traffic should be a little bit smoother than it has been during the week. And also, as we said a little bit earlier, it looks like these guys already have a better idea on what they want to do and what they don't want to do on the lanes during the warm-up. So today we shouldn't see much of a drop on game 3. Perhaps on game 4, late game 4, we could see a little bit more of a, what we have been calling transition showing up. Thank you, Jonathan. We have again the scores is completely updated. I'm gonna give you a reading on the rankings at the moment. Top 15 is 18 over par. That's the English guy, Dan Harding. I'm going to give you the ranking from top to bottom. James Blomgren, 531, 131 over after 2. That's a pretty solid score. Then we find Robin Ilamar, 498. That's also an amazing score over there. Dominic Barrett, after a long week of training on the lanes, 486. There goes my 10%, by the way. Don't forget that shiny balls I did last night. It's gonna pay out very good for me. Just joking. Number 4, Pontus Anderson, 80 over, 255, 225. 5th position, Justin Knowles. Okay, now it's when I should go back and talk to the chat people that said this is not a. It doesn't seem to be a lefties tournament, but now in top 4 we find top 5 there's 2 lefties, so it's not that tough on the left side after all. Just joking. Petter Hellstrom, 6th position, 56 over. Then we find the Danish guy Jesper Agerbo, 39 over. Then we find Nora. She also has been training a lot this week. I would say she bowled many squats, but she's really doing good today. 438 for her, sitting comfy on the 8th place. Right under her, we find Marcus Johnson, son of the great Raymond. Marcus has 28 over par with games of 210 and 218. Then we find the American guy, Alec Keplinger, 427. AJ Johnson, 425. AJ is always on a survive mode. It keeps going. Good for AJ. Then we find Anton Persson, 12th place, 421. Carl Walgren, the local star from Olympia Bowling Alley, 420. Then from Germany, Moritz, 419. And Dan Harding, as I said, is closing the top 15 with 418. Yannick Ross is on spot 16. See, that's the spot where he would not advance to the next round. Yannick has exactly the par. And right after Yannick comes Anders from Norway, 397. Emmanuel Jonsson, 396. Timu Putkisto from Finland, 389. Anton Ogrin, 384. Oskar Broström, 379. Noel, 374. Chase, 360. And Pepe, 357. Let's turn my eyes back into the action. Why am I not surprised that James Blomgren started with a double on lanes 1 and 2? And if I carry on, Dominic Barrett also started with a double on 5 and 6. Let me find the young star Robin Ilamar. He's got a 9 spare and an open frame on frame 2. Now I'm gonna try to find Pontus. Where did you go, Pontus? Well, it's not that many people today. I should be able to find them a little bit sooner. Yeah, Pontus in lane 11 and 12. That was not the best decision on that spare shot. You don't want to give up any single pin. Pontus got a double, but then he left the 4, 6, 7, 10. He just took the 7. So that's going to drop a few pins on the scoring. There's a lot of action on the chat again. Jennifer says, great voice to listen to, not crazy, just enough hyped up and informative. Well, not crazy, I'm not so sure about that. I've been called crazy quite a few times in my life, and I I could never say they were wrong. Juan Jose Navarrete, greetings from Valencia, Spain. Season is starting today with Valencia Federation Couples Tournament. Wow. Que haya mucha suerte, espero que lo paséis muy bien, que gane el mejor. Muchos recuerdos, muchos saludos a todos los amigos de Valencia. Just wanted to say hello to the people in Valencia. They're starting season today, so I send my best regards to everyone over there. I forgot to say good morning in a few languages today. So, good morning, allihopa. Bonjour, buongiorno, buenos dias, good morning. We have JD Brill 299 listening from Texas. We have Silence. Good morning, buddy. It's nice to see that we have so many people watching and being part of the show. I'm always happy when you guys are over there supporting. And so I haven't said that yet this morning. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please do so. You just have to click a button. It's 100% free, and that's gonna give us a real boost and a kick push. So the YouTube algorithm keeps it very simple for us to keep going, and do the best broadcasting as we can. Bring you all the bowling action, the best bowlers in the planet, best bowlers in the world. PBA, regional Sweden, the Swedish National League. I'm sure that these guys will manage to do something extra, perhaps from time to time some ball review and stuff, maybe some coaching, but definitely a lot of quality bowling and 100% free, and that's what we all want, right? We want to see the best bowlers in action and not having to pay a monthly fee. We have Thomas watching from Australia. We have Jarno. Good morning, Jarno. Johan, good morning as well for you, Johan. Okay, back to the action. Dominic Barrett. Oh my God, Dominic is getting younger for a moment. He just missed a single pin again. It's a couple of single pins he skipped this week. So that's why I'm saying Dominic is getting younger. That's more of the young children stuff, missing single pins. But he's doing pretty good. He was a triple before the 9 miss. I'm pretty sure he's going to start striking again pretty real soon. James Blomgren, lanes 1 and 2. He's got the front 4. It looks like James is bowling something different today. Christian Jonas, are you in the room? What pattern did you put over there today? Did you press another button? You told me the other day if something... Yeah, I remember. That's true. That's true. It's when they strike a lot, it's because the bowlers are very good. When they don't strike anything, it's always the lane guy's fault. And is it? Oh, it's Christian Jonas' birthday today. I forgot that. Yes, happy birthday, my friend. I think I had the pleasure to sing the happy birthday to Mike on the World Cup. It was in the middle of the lanes, but this time it's going to be a worldwide thing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Christian Jonas. Happy birthday to you. He looks pretty funny on the moment now. Red skin on the face. Have you been in the sun lately? Oh, if we were in Barcelona, my top of the head would be quite more red than it is at the moment. James Blomgren has got a split on frame 5. He got a 6 and 2, but we saw what he can manage to do right after an open frame on the previous game. He managed to go all the way to 252. So we keep an eye on him. Nora is not striking that much on that lane 1 and 2. She's got an open frame on frame 3. Let's see who else is doing okay. AJ Johnson's got a double and no open frames. Alec Keplinger on lane 5, open frame, but then a full bagger. Carl Walden also a 9 miss over there. Ay, ay, ay. Robin Elamar after that 9 spare and open frame, he's already with a triple. So Robin is back on track. we find a little bit less striking at the moment. And let me count. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4 that I can see. 4, 9 single misses. It's becoming a virus. What the hell? I think I'm going to do a very long bowling class on YouTube as soon as I go back on how to spare, and I'm going to attack absolutely everybody in the planet. What's happening? Ay, ay, ay. But we have to understand it's a lot of pressure. They are bowling for a lot of money. They are bowling for a potential PBA title. Some of these guys were bowling the last squad, so the last squad ended up nearly 11 last night, 11 p.m. And then you need to go back into your hotel, eat something, take a warm shower, cool down a little bit, try to go back to regular, relaxed state of mind after you have been bowling for so many hours, and then try to fall asleep soon. Some of them are lucky, like a guy I just spoke before, he just puts his head on the pillow and falls asleep. But if you are like me, for example, when I go back home, at least I need 90 minutes before my brain starts to slowly disconnect. So if any of those guys was like that, that means they have slept maybe 5.5 hours. Then it's quickly shower again, breakfast, because you don't want to eat a lot. Like 10 minutes before you bowl, you want to get enough food to keep the energy, but you have to do it a little bit earlier so the blood is not in the stomach but back in the brain. And it could explain why we have a few 9 misses over there. James Blomgren, he made a strike after the open frame. I wasn't expecting any other thing from him. Robin Illamar, 4-bagger also, keeping his striking machine on this morning. Okay, that's a good tip we just got from JJJSSS. You should tell the viewers to like the streams on YouTube. That also helps the channel. Okay, thank you. I really had no idea, so go over there and like us as much as you can. Thank you for the information, buddy. I truly appreciate that. We have over here Bruce Hull. Greetings from Massachusetts. Hello, buddy. Welcome to the show. Late at night, I believe. Yeah, it has to be quite late at night. Chris Enquist, good morning. James Blomgren, looking really good. Sorry for jinxing it. Oh, so it was you this time. Thank you, Chris. I thought it was me. I've been having that kind of issue during the whole week. As soon as I spoke about someone doing good, boom, there was an open frame. But don't worry, we're not going to tell James it was you. We're going to keep it between us. Well, between us and the 60 countries who are on the chat, but we're going to keep it secret. No worries. Okay, people who is struggling a little bit, definitely Linus on 17 and 18, 6 frames, not a single strike yet. Pepe, she's not having a good time on lane 19 and 20. It was a double 9 spare 5-3, double 8 spare 8-1, 9 and miss. That's another 9 miss I can count on this game. Who else? Actually, 17 and 18, it seems to be a little bit tough for them. It's only 3 strikes. 1 for Anders, 2 for Noel, none for Linus, and they are already going to bowl frame 7, so that's a little bit low strike pace. Wondering if the lanes are starting to change a little bit, or they just have not found their real spot on the lane. It could be one, because it could be that one, because their score is a little bit low. They have 490, 450, 417, including all the points from this game. So that means no one of them was on the par. And when I look at those who have quite high scoring, with quite a few frames to go, James is already with 63 over, Don Barrett 23 over, Robin, where are you? Whenever I don't find Robin, I just try to see a lot of strikes and then I find him quickly. 15 over. But when I say 15 over, it's only with the scoring until frame 5, so potentially 130 over, more or less. Same for James, same for Tom Barrett. AJ Johnson doing okay as well now. Spare strike, spare, and a full bagger. AJ is bowling on lanes 7 and 8. That is a quite interesting camera actually at the moment with action on lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8. We find Alec Keplinger, Tom Barrett, Don Harding, Petter Hellstrom, Carl Wargren, and AJ Johnson. Every single one over there was doing above par. Dan Hardin struggling a little bit on this particular game with only one strike and a couple of splits, but everyone else on that pair is striking a lot. You see Chris Enquist, even I jinxed him as well. I said everyone else is striking a lot, and at that precise moment, Carl Borgin left the 210. So yeah. Okay, Bruce Hall says 3:09 a.m. Oh my God, no worries. That's pretty late. I'm not sure you just woke up super early or you're not gone to bed yet. But in any case, thank you for being with us. I hope you really enjoy the show. And now back to the action. Dominic Barrett, 4-bagger, is going to go into the 10th frame with chances for a potential 257 game. Robin Elamar, 5-bagger after that open frame, is now going to take a shot on lane 10. Let's see what Robin does. Oh, that was deep inside, baby split. He's got the 310. Lanes 13 and 14, we had Anton Persson and Anton Algren. They were not doing that good, but now they have a bunch of strikes over there, so they can go a little bit high. Actually, they have the same score potential on that game. Anton had a couple of open frames until frame 6. Well, actually, both of them are Anton. So Anton Persson had a couple of open frames. Anton Algren had 3 open frames, but Anton Persson has got 4-bagger, looking for his 5th strike on frame number 11, and Anton Algren's got already 5-bagger and is yet to start frame number 10. Both of them can go as high as 222. Dominic Barrett already struck on frame 10. If he makes 2 more, Dominic is gonna shoot 257. Dominic was already 86 over par after 2. So it's looking really solid. It looks like he's gonna make it all the way to the next step. Remember, for those of you who have not come a little bit sooner, it's top 15. Top 15 is going to advance into the next round. Another strike for Dominic Barrett, so he's already on his way for the 257 game. That's going to be 140 over for Dominic Barrett on 3 games. That is really, really high. James Blomgren, he just needs a mark to be also on 140 over. But James already had 531 after 2. So that is a really, really high scoring pace for these guys. Robin Ilemar managed to spare that 310. Now AJ Johnson striking on the 10th. The AJ is bowling on lanes 7 and 8. AJ was running with 425 after 2 games of 233 and 192. This game, if he strikes again, is going to be on the 250s, high 250s. Dominic Barrett just finished 257 for a total score of 743. So 143 over for Dominic Barrett. My 10% is looking better and better. I'm gonna have a look at AJ on lane 7. looking for another strike on the 11th frame. That was a little bit into the head pin, but the job seems to be done for AJ Johnson. 225 and spare on the 10, so it's going to be a 245. That's pretty good for him as well. Now back to the Swedish guys in lane 13 and 14. Anton Persson finished with 211 for a total of 32 over. And Anton Algren is going to strike out also for a 222, so he's going to go back into the par. Anton was a little bit behind the par at the moment. People who is a little bit out of the picture at the moment, we find Pepe Constery with 533. Moritz is 597. Moritz is still alive, but he should start striking at quite higher pace on the next two. On lane 17 and 18, the scoring pace remains quite low, both for Linus Schröder and Noel Strandman. Anders Johansson is not going much higher than them. James Blomgren finished with a game of 211. So James is going to be now dropping down to the second position in the squad with 142 over. So that's going to be Don Barrett, 143 over. James Blomgren, 142 over. And we have to see what Robin Ilamar does on this 10th frame. If Robin strikes out, he's also going to go all the way up to 143 over. That will make the top three be on 140 over. That is unbelievable scoring pace. Juhani Tontari, 541. He's going to need a lot of work from now on. Chase, 582. He's also going to need to do a lot. Anton Andersson, even with the triple, is going to go for 470. Pepe, as we said, 533. A little bit lower, is not going to really function that high for her. Don Harding, couple of 1, 2, 3, couple of high splits, 167, so it dropped down to 585. Alec ended again with a couple of open frames, so 194 for a total score of 621. Petter Hellstrom also open frame on 10th, so 637. Pontus Andersson is now with 651. Jesper Agerbo also dropped down a little bit, 614. Robin Ilamar made the strike on the 10th. Now let's see if he can make one more. And top three is going to be on 140 over, which is super high. Not the best shot, but another high game for Robin Ilamar. It's a 234. So Robin's going to be sitting on the third place at the moment with a total score of 732. We have only Noel Strandman on lane 18 to finish this game number 3. And pretty soon we're going to give you a total update of the rankings, so you know which bowlers are doing really good and which bowlers are gonna have to do an extra effort to make it into the next round. I'm gonna remind you is top 15 who is gonna advance into the next round after game 3. The cut was the cut was 18 over par, so that's 206 average after 3 games. Sorry, after 2 games. Now we're gonna have to see what goes on after 3 games. We have some more data coming on. Talking about Swedish bowlers, since it's a PBA event, but we are in Sweden. Just to let you know, we believe there is a few more bowlers from Team Clan than Team Pergamon. Team Pergamon has been the king of the Swedish league for quite many years. Not this season. This season, Clan took away the title, and so Clan was the victory of the Swedish league. And it looks like they had made a little bit of a better job on understanding the lanes, and they're doing a great job. Obviously, it's the two biggest teams in Sweden, and I know Patrick Backe here in Helsingborg and Jota are trying to push and trying to get into that ranking. For those who follow soccer, it could be a little bit like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico de Madrid. I guess Jota would be Atletico de Madrid in this case. They just bought Julian Alvarez and a couple of expensive bowlers, expensive football players, but in this case, Jota is trying to push also to try to get into that spot. Scoring after 3 games. Wow, that's interesting to see. Top 15 is sitting now with 1 pin over par. So actually, it's not that many bowlers who are out of the picture as I thought it was going to be. It's just that some guys are scoring really, really high. So let me see. I would say all the way down to at least number 22, Anders Johansson, with 574. That's only 27 pins away, or 27 pins short to the cut. Those guys don't really have to do that crazy. If we look a little bit lower, right after Anders is Noel Strandman, 545. That's 30 pins already low. That's already nearly 60 pins from the cut with 2 games to go. But 2 games is a very, very, very long. It's 20 frames, so, and 60 pins, you can get them back in just a couple of frames. So let's look at the ranking from 1 to 15. Number 1, Dominic Barrett, 143 over, games of 231, 255, and 257. Number 2, James Blomgren, 742 with 279, 252, and 211. Number 3 is for Robin Illamar, 132 over, games of 245, 253, and 234. Number 4 is AJ Johnson, always fighting it back, 233, 192, 246. Number 5 is Justin Knowles, 652 with 234, 223, and 195. Number 6, we find Pontus Andersson, who we just struggled in that game 3. Pontus had the game of 171, but he's still with 51 over par. Games of 255, 225, and 171. Number 7 is Marcus Johnson, 42 over, 210, 218, 214. Pretty steady for Marcus Johnson. He can strike a lot. As soon as he gets a high game, he's going to make it all the way up there. Right after Marcus, we find Petter Hellstrom, 637, 244 to 12. Also a little bit of a lower game 3 with 181. Anton Persson is 9th with 32 over par with 210, 211, 211. Number 10, Nora Johansson, surviving it, 213, 225, 193. Number 11 is Carl Walgren, 22 over with 211, 209, 202. Number 12 is Alec Keplinger from United States, 621, 227, 200, 194. Number 13 is Jesper Agerbo with 14 over par. Number 14, Anton Ahlgren, 6 over par. And number 15, last one to go into the final at the moment, is Emmanuel Jonsson with 1 over par. Right behind, 4 pins behind, Moritz from Germany, 597. Moritz had the game of 178 on this last one, so he also dropped down a little bit. And 17 is Timo Putkisto, Finland. 18 is Yannick Ross, United States. 19, Don Harding from England. Now let me see on the lanes again. Let's see who's doing good. Let's see who's doing bad. Lanes 19 and 20. Timo Putkisto, double, 9 spare and strike. Arnar Jonsson, front 3. Arnar is currently with game 24th spot for Arnar, 542, 60 short to the cut, but Arnar started striking and now he puts the 4th one, and Arnar is another one of those guys who is pretty dangerous when he finds his spot on the lanes. So Nothing is done. Nothing is finished. Two more games to go. 5 games starting from scratch. Top 15 is going to advance into the next round. Let me have a look at the chat. James Spyro, how tough is the oil pattern? It turning in from United States, 3:14 a.m. Well, if you had to bowl this pattern at 3:14 a.m., it would definitely be quite demanding, James. The pattern is demanding. It's not impossible. We have been witnessing during the week that people had quite a lot of issues as soon as the friction began to be a little bit stronger. It was kind of an early transition. It's a pattern that doesn't have room on the sides. It's designed to bowl quite deep on the lane. Actually, if you go into our webpage, luckylarsen.se, you can find the oil pattern over there. And you can see for yourself, it's 44 feet, 29 point something mils. Most of the oil anyway is at the heads, all the way to 24, 25 feet. Then it's only brushing. So it's becoming, or it has been quite tricky to control the reaction on the middle lane as soon as the games were going on and on and on. So it's not a super, super impossible pattern. It's just demanding. It needs you to be smart and be awake. It doesn't want you to overgrip the ball, that's for sure. It wants you to let the ball go down the lane, let it slide. As soon as it goes on, it probably requires a little bit of a weaker wrist and a little bit of more spin on the hand, so the ball goes a little bit longer and keeps the energy. Let's see who else is there. Jennifer says, I'm happy if I'm 700, 750 after 4 series. But you said yesterday you just started bowling not so long ago, so that's not a bad score. Let's see who else is talking over there. Thomas watching from Australia. Dom missed the spare. Yeah, Dom missed the spare a little bit sooner, but he managed to do very well after that. He shot 257, so he's currently the leader of the squad. Dom is now bowling on lanes 9 and 10. On that camera, we can find also AJ Johnson. Chase Nadeau started with front 4. Chase was a little bit lower. Chase has 582 at the moment, 20 pins short to the cut. So starting with the front bagger, and now we are on game 4. So we could probably start to see a little bit of transition over here. It could start to be a little bit more of demanding moments. Everybody needs to be very sharp and stay awake for what's coming on, and you don't really want to mess with just one game to go. If we turn our eyes into lanes 19 and 20, Arnar Jonsson from 5 is just going to take the ball and walk into lane 19 to go for his 6th frame, try to get the 6th strike. Arnar was also out of the cut, but he's doing a strong comeback. And it's still many, many frames to go. 1.5 game, a little bit more, so anything can happen. Yes, Arnar got another one. That's front 6 for Arnar. We see Jesper Agrabo with a spare and a triple and 9 spare on 5 and 6, also doing okay. Andre tried to fight his way back into the squad on lanes 13 and 14, 9 spare and a triple. Justin Knowles as a lefty, keep going, keep going. Strike 9 spare double, and that's going to be another 9 spare. It's just a 6 pin, so it's an easy spare. Now I'm going to look again on 19 and 20 pretty soon to see how far can Arnar take this strike streak. James Blomgren sitting on spot number 2 with 142 over, is now bowling on 17 and 18. James started with 9 spare, 7 spare and a double, so it looks like he's already made whatever the adjustment he needed and is going back on track. me see, where is our young buddy Robin Ilamar on 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6 looks like it's gonna be a little bit more demanding for Robin. He started with 9 spare, 4 spare strike, and 6 split and 3. So let's see what goes on that lane for him. It's got one lane seems to be okay. Yeah, actually, I think it's lane 6 where he's gonna take his shot now. On that lane, he's got a 9 spare and a strike. It's getting a little bit more into issues on lane 5 with a 4 spare and a 6 split 3. Right beside him, Pontus Anderson started with another open frame. Pontus dropped down a little bit on the last game with 171, but his body language now was like strong fist celebrating his triple. He started with 6 and 2, but then his strike, 9 spare and triple. Yeah, Robin looks a little bit confused. He did not like what he saw on this shot on 5 and 6. So I think it's good morning. I'm Mrs. Transition and I'm here. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how people manage this starting to be transition showing up. We start to see quite a few bowlers already standing in front of the ball return, moving deeper and deeper. Some of them are a little bit more comfortable, some of them are a little bit less comfortable. Arnold definitely is liking it. Arnold is bowling on 19 and 20, and he's got the front 7, and he actually needed that. Arnold was a little bit out of the cut. It just came in my head, the song I used to play many years ago as a DJ. Now that the cat is out of the bag, what can you do? And then the bass would come in. Tung, 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 tung. So that's pretty much that moment, yeah? The cat is out of the bag. Carl Wargren, spare, strike, spare, 4 in a row on lanes 3 and 4. Carl was currently inside the cut with 22 over, but he wants to stay a little bit higher on the squad so he doesn't have to suffer so much on the last game. A.J. Johnson just left the 2-4-10 on lanes 11 and 12. Jason has A.J. Johnson has a double and 3 spares. Let's see if he can manage to save that that split also. Oh, that is pretty unexpected. James Blomgren also 9 miss after a double. Yeah, definitely the action is currently on lane 19 and 20. Front 8 for Arnar Jonsson, making his way back into the cut. Chase Nadeau started with the front 4, then 5 spare, 9 spare. So he saved that washout. Nora on 5 and 6, fighting to survive, strike and spare, 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 spare. Currently 10 under par on this particular game. It looks like the cut's gonna be somewhere above the par for this top 15. Not too much, or not, shouldn't be too much higher, but let's go back. At the moment is 601. That would be the cut for top 15. 1.5 game to go until we end up with this early morning squad. Finals are on fire. It's a lot of people doing very good. It's a lot of people who started not that good, but they're fighting their way back into it. Robin Ilamar not really finding his way on lanes 5 and 6. 9 spare, 4 spare, strike, 6 and 3, 7 spare, 8 and 1. Definitely lane 5 is not paying out for him. On that particular lane, he's got 4 spare, 6 and 3, 8 and 1. Okay, Arner made the 9th. Arnar Jonsson front 9, lanes 19 and 20. So if you guys want to see some action, you can check on Arnar on lanes 19 and 20. Arnar was out of the cut, but now he's gonna make it all the way in with such a striking machine. Looks like the coffee already kicked in and for Arnar. Okay. Nora was close to strike, but also it was close to beat the 4-9, so I think she's going to be happy that it's only a 9, take the spare and go for the next one. Yeah, I see some people already, after they release the ball, they start to do with the arm, like go further right, go further right. So definitely transition is here. The lane started to burn up a little bit. It happened as we were predicting, a little bit later than we have seen during the week. During the week, this kind of motion we saw on game 3. And this time it's not 4 bowlers per pair, it's 3 bowlers per pair, so it's a little bit less traffic. Obviously, it's people who have been bowling a lot, so they have a little bit of a better idea on how not to do the warm-up and how to do it to try to keep a little bit more of room for later on. So all those factors could explain the transition came up a little bit later. Maybe she was also tired and she took a little of extra time in bed before she showed up. After all, it's Sunday morning. Some people is on their way to the church to get their prayers, confess your sins. Oh, Jennifer says that wouldn't be me. I started when I could bowl. Then it was another Jennifer said she started bowling a few months ago. So that means we have at least a couple of Jennifers showing up. Okay, Arnar, lane 19, going for the 10th frame. And he gets number 10. So front 10 for Arnar Jonsson. Let's see how far can he takes it. Oh, that was surprising to see. I was looking at Nora on 5 and 6. She changed ball. She went for a ball that, at least in my eyes, it looked like it hooked way too early. It hooked even earlier than the other ball she was using, and it was not a good shot for her. She's got the head pin split, so back to Arnar on 19 and 20. 11th frame. Oh, that means in. Yeah, that was in. Strike number 11. 524 instead of 490 this time. We have Genesis says, glad to hear this lady starting to bowl. At least the female league turns 50 this year in Sweden. We need more ladies playing in female teams. Yes, I agree with you. We need more ladies bowling. I don't like spending that much time surrounded by men. Okay, let's have a look. Is Arnar Jonsson gonna make it? It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it. Yes, he made it. I have a vision, right? Amazing. So we finally got the first 300 of the event. We were talking yesterday, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? It finally happened. That's another Queen song. It finally happened. I'm slightly mad. So 300 for Arnar Jonsson. He was completely away from the cut. He was quite below par. Now he's 42 over par. He's going to be deep in the cut, especially since we don't see that many high games going on around us. Pretty soon we're going to have the scores updated and I'm going to be able to tell you exactly how the ranking looks. We just have a couple of lanes where are a little bit delayed. We see 13 and 14, they still have 3.5 frames to go. 17, 18, a couple of frames to go. But I'm gonna let you see what I see with my eyes around. Lane 1 and 2, Alec Keplinger, 29 over. Linus, 707, so it's 93 down. Peppi Constery, 704, she's also 96 down. Petter Hellstrom, 36 over. Carl Walgren, if he strikes, is going to all the way to 70 over. That's a good score for him also. Jesper Agerbo, triple for a 224 and 838. Dominic Barrett, 864, quite a few frames to go, so Dom is also obviously doing good. James Blomgren, 87 over and a couple of frames to go, so it's also doing good. Robin Ilamar, he was struggling. He was with 89 on scoring after 6 frames, but now he's got a triple and he can still manage, if he strikes out, to make a game of 209. This kid never gives up, does he? Pontus Andersson celebrating also, made a double on the 10th. That's going to guarantee that he makes more than 200. He's going to stay above par. Justin Knowles is also done with his game, 217, 69 over. Marcus Johnson, 188 for a total score of 30 over. Yeah, maybe we have a little bit of a change on the ranking after this game. Obviously, Arnar is going to make it all the way in. There might be some dropping. Yannick Ross, 173, so he drops down to 763. James just made a strike on the 10th, so if it doubles, it's going to be 195, and that's pretty much what he won. If you have a very uncomfortable game, at least manage to survive and don't drop too many pins. That's what James Blomgren is going to manage to do. That's what Robin Ilamar is trying to do as well. He only had 1 strike on that lane 5, but he really made it count because he made a triple. If he spares, he's going to go for a 185, 186. But he chopped the 360 and he just took the 3. So a little bit of a lower game for Robin this time, 172, but he's still 104 above par, so that should give him a lot of confidence for the last game. Next stage, everybody starts from scratch, so it doesn't really matter if you shoot 500 over in 5 or you just shoot 50 over and you make it in. That's the only thing that's important. Go into the next round, go into the next stage. Low game also for Dominic Barrett, 168. So the 3 guys that had 143, 142, and 132 over, they shot 172, 168, and 185 for James. So that means James is going to be the new leader with 925. James shot 183. A good game for Chase. He's got 4-bagger, 5-spare, 9-spare strike, 9-spare, and another 4 strikes for 244. And that's going to make him go all the way to 826 approximately. Chase is going to take the last shot, but he's been striking a lot in this game, so he should strike also on the 12th. Let's have a look. Lane 11. All right, that's a good 9. 243, so 825. I should put him inside the cut. Nora Johansson dropped down also, so it looks like 5 and 6 was not easy. She shot down to 170. She dropped down to exactly the par. We will have to see, is that enough? We will see pretty soon. Jennifer says 300 during a PBA event must feel a little extra. I guess so. I guess so. Definitely has to be. I think at this stage, probably he's a little bit more focused on making sure he goes into the next stage. So probably he's gonna think about it once the tournament is over and realize, oh, I managed to do 300 on a PBA event. I would say Sebastian likes to be on the cameras, right? He shows up from time to time. Just a little joke. We saw Sebastian running on lane 17 and 18 to get the pin away from the gutter. Um, what about Sebastian and Jesper? They are doing an amazing job. Just two guys taking control of everything that happens on the lanes. And I mean, when machines need some fixing, and when the pins or the scores needs correction, it's just a couple of guys over there, and they've been working so many hours during the week, but they keep doing such an amazing job. So hats off to them. Amazing, amazing, both of them. And on the top of it, they are really kind people, wonderful people to be around. So great stuff here at Olympia Bowling Alley. If you guys have a chance to come by next year on this big event, make sure you book your flights soon enough. It's really, really worth it. All right, we see Andre. It's with 725, Andre from Czech Republic, another young talented boy. Um, Lane 13 and 14, it's almost finishing their game number 4. So as soon as they do, we're gonna have our complete updated on the rankings, and I'll let you know exactly what's the situation and how the cut is. AJ Johnson bowling on 15 and 16, sitting comfy with 65 over. Now I really feel I'm in Sweden in this room. The air condition is on fire and I'm really freezing. But we have a lot of computers and a lot of machines here, so we need to keep the room fresh. And perhaps I'm missing my breakfast. That could be another reason why I have a little bit lower calories in my body. Now Arner is going to bowl on 15 and 16. Is he going to carry on with his striking mode? Let's have a look. 4-pin, but I would take it. Finally, last frame on 13 and 14 for Noel Strandman. Games of 173. So not a very high score for Anders Johansson or Noel Strandman. 7-11. And it's not the shop. And 7-18. Andre 7-25. So let me see more or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It looks like at least, unless I did some miscounting, at least 16 bowlers are going to be above par, so it's going to remain above par in the cut. Scores will update pretty soon, and I will let you know exactly. But if I was on the lanes, I would say to myself, at least I need to be 25 over after 5, even 30 over after 5, to try to be on the next stage. As I've been saying before, top 15 are gonna make it into the next round, step 2 in the finals. Scoring is going to start from zero. Everyone's going to start from scratch. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Top 15 at the moment. Teemu Putkisto from Finland, 808. So yes, we are still above the par. Nora Johansson, she's the number one that dropped down from that top 15. She's now on exact par with 800. And I'm gonna read the ranking for everyone out there so you know exactly how the situation is. James Blomgren, number one with 925. Dominic Barrett, number two, 911. Robin Ilamar, number three, 904. Now, listen to that. This guy shot 183, 168, and 172. So the top three guys were quite below par on this last game. Pontus Andersson is sitting on the fourth place with 877. Then we find Justin Knowles, 869. So again, it's two lefties on top five. For those who were saying that the pattern was impossible on the left side. Sixth place, AJ Johnson, 65 over. Number 7, Carl Walgren, 860. Number 8, Arnold Johnson, 42 over after a 300 game. If you want to see where it was, it happened on lanes 19 and 20. It just made the 12 frame like a couple, maybe 5-6 minutes ago. Number 9, Jesper Agerbo, Denmark, 38 over. Number 10, Peter Hellstrom, Sweden, 836. 11, Marcus Jansson, Sweden, 830. Number 12, Alec Keplinger, 829, United States. Also United States, number 13, Chase Nadeau, 825. Sweden again for 14th place, Anton Persson, 813 and 15. Position for the Finnish guy, Teemu Putkisto, with 8 over. That would be the cut. So, if 808, it's the cut at the moment. As I said before, I would like to be somewhere on the 20s to 30s over after 5 to try to make sure that I make it. Now we have another person into the chat. I'm not sure that is Korean, Chinese, Taiwanese, Japanese, but thank you for being over there. We send you our greetings, and let's back to the action. Okay, we have Thomas Galbrick here on the chat. He's telling me that was South Korean language. So I guess our Korean friend is back on track. So it's nice to see him back. Back to the action. Let's see where people was around the cut area he's doing. Let me find Nora. Nora had par, exactly par. She was 8 pins short to the cut. And Nora is now bowling on lane 10. She's in front of the ball return. Started with the split, 8 on 1, so now it's a 9 spare, and she's going for the third frame. The ball is reading pretty early for her now. Gripping it a little bit too much. She needs to find that little bit of a weaker release. Let the ball go a little bit longer. Let's see if she can succeed. She still have another 7 frames to try to find that. Dan Harding was also a little bit below the cut. Dan was actually 16 pins behind Teemu from Finland. And Dan is not looking good on 17 and 18. Couple of open frames. Not the best, not the best. Teemu is on 15 and 16 actually. Spare strike, but now he's got the 4, 6, 7, 10. So unless I'm wrong, it's going to be an open frame for Teemu as well. Moritz from Germany, he was not that far away. He was only 17 behind the cut. Let's see where Moritz is bowling at the moment. Moritz is on 11 and 12, double, open frame, spare. Who else was there? Emmanuel Jonsson was also behind. Emmanuel is a little bit shorter. He's 39 pins behind the cut, and he's got quite a few open frames going on. So Emmanuel is probably out of the picture, even if it's half a game to go. Yannick Ross was also a little bit further down. He was 45 pins behind. Let me see where Yannick is and what is he doing. Now 3 open frames for Yannick as well. It's funny when you see this on perspective, now that I'm outside the lanes and I can see these things. When I look, it's like 30 pins behind the cut. I mean, 30 pins is nothing in one game. But when you are on the lanes and you are those 30 pins behind and you get a couple of bad shots, all of a sudden in your brain it's like, it's game over, it's game over, it's game over. And but it really is not. I mean, bowling, you can overcome 40 pins in a couple of frames. And especially exactly as when the lanes are not that simple, that easy, everything it can turn upside down pretty quickly. So I'm gonna find the people who was doing okay. We have Pontus Andersson, strike, spare, double, 9 spare, and strike, doing good. James Blomgren, spare, strike. Dominic is, well, I found AJ on the way. I'm trying to search Dominic. I just found Dominic. AJ, double, 9 spare, strike. Dominic, strike, spare. Robin had quite of a low game on 5 and 6. Now he's on 1 and 2. Strike, spare, strike, 9 miss, 7-2. But shouldn't be any problem for Robin. He's 104 over, and we can see that people that was just short to the cut is doing a low game, so the cut is probably going to drop down to somewhere around 200 average. So definitely no issues over there for Robin Ilomar. James Blomgren just got a double. Who else was inside? Chase was inside. Alec Kaplinger was inside. Alec has a strike, spare, and a double. 15 was Teemu. Teemu is spare, strike, open frame, and a spare. Arner, after the 300, is 34 pins above the cut. Only 1 strike and 1 open frame for Arner, so not the highest game, but he doesn't really need to go crazy. He just need to play it safe. Petter Hellstrom doing okay with a double and no open frames. Justin Knowles, a couple of open frames, but also a couple of doubles, and Justin is 69 above par, so it shouldn't be any issues for him. Now Anton Persson was number 14. Let me see where Anton Persson is bowling at the moment. Anton is currently on lane. Where are you, Anton? No, this is Anton Andersson. This is Anton Olgren. Anton Persson, yes. Strike, spare, double, spare, and strike. So good job for Anton as well. He looks like he's going a little bit higher. And now we need to see what Nora can manage to do. Can she find a way to strike? She just got strike on the previous frame. That looked a lot better. Ooh, solid 10. But it looked a lot better for Nora. She still had the chance. She's only 8 pins short to the cut. And some people is struggling, so she still have a good chance to make it in. People who is doing pretty good, they are a little bit far from it, but they still have some chance. We have Juhani Tonteri from Finland, spare strike, spare spare, and a four bagger. If he strikes out, it would be all the way for a 259. 259 for Juhani would put him on a little bit short to the par. So it's gonna depend on how good Timu, his Finnish actually companion. Let's see what he can do. For some reason, the phone, I thought it was silent, but it's not. Apologies. Now it's back into silent. These crazy phones, every time they update the software, they go and do whatever they want because I keep it silent, but for some reason it has like different modes. And when it's after the alarm clock, it changes itself. Another great shot for AJ Johnson, double, 9 spare, 9 spare, and a triple. Justin Knowles on 19 and 20 also made the third double for him. Carl Walgren looking to survive. Bette Hellstrom is also above par, so he's doing pretty good. Pontus Anderson on 3 and 4, also doing pretty good. A double and a triple, looking to make it a four bagger. Is really deep inside the lane, but that's his comfortable zone. It's like a fish in the water over there. He managed to put the number 4. Anton Anderson just made another open frame. It's not a happy day for him. But on his lane is Chase Nader, who just made it in on that last couple of games with 222 and 243. Chase now is looking for a triple. He's got spare strike, spare strike, spare double. Now he's shooting on the lane who has been striking all the time, so it should be a triple. Ooh, solid 10. You see, you cannot talk too early. Robin Nilamar on 1 and 2, not so happy. Another washout for him after a double. He's not going to make his highest game, but he's already more than into the next stage. Dominic Barrett on 13 and 14, also securing his spot. AJ Johnson, more the same. And Nora not being able to double yet. Timu is dropping down. Also 14 pins from the par. It was only 8 pins between the two of them. So it looks like Nora and Timu are fighting for that last spot. Dan Harding started with a couple of open frames, but now he has a double, so he's still a contender for that last spot. Let's see what Dan can do on lane 17. 4 pin. It's pretty close. Let me find Moritz. Moritz was still quite close to it as well. Moritz. Well, he's got strike on the 9. He had a double and an open frame, so Moritz, if he strikes out, is going to be at 214. That would put him with 5 over par, and at the moment 5 over par could be enough. It's all going to depend on how Timu reacts on these last couple of frames. Can Nora find a way to strike on that last 4 frames? And what is Dan Harding also managing to do on the last 3? It looks like these 4 guys are fighting for one spot. Jesper Agrebo 178, but triple on the 10th to safely stay above par. 1016. That should be more than enough to make it into the final. It looks like the cat could be somewhere around above 10 or even below par, depending on these four bowlers we were talking about: Nora Johansson, Dan Harding, Teemu Putkisto, and Moritz. And Anton Persson was also there. Anton Persson is, if he marks, is going to be a 195. So also it would be more or less 8 above the par. Yeah, the cut is somewhere around par, maybe a little bit above par, maybe a little bit below par. 3-4 frames to see exactly what's going to happen. It's a lot of pressure for these bowlers at the moment when they are so close to making it into the next round. I'm going to see Nora on lane 10. She's really far deep inside on this lane already. And she has the strike. Good shot for Nora. Bra jobbat, Nora. Now, let's see if she managed to do a few more. Try to overcome that. She's currently 15 under par on this particular game. She had exactly the par, so she's 15 below par overall. Teemu Putkisto on lane 15 and 16. He's already made the 9th frame. He's got 9 spare. So if Teemu would strike out, it would be a maximum score of 192. Teemu is currently 8 over par, so that would put Teemu on exactly 1,000 pins after 5 games. So that leaves a chance for Dan Harding. That leaves a chance for Nora. Even Moritz, I think. No, Moritz didn't double on the 10th. Moritz ended up with 191, so Moritz is 982. Not dead yet. It depends on what these guys managed to do on the 10th frame. Oh my goodness. Teemu, he's got the 4-9 on the 10th frame. That is gonna be expensive. There goes Nora. 9 pins, solid 9 for Nora with 1 pin dancing around it. The thing is, I can see what's happening because I have eyes on every camera and I can see exactly how it's the situation for all of them. They don't really know what goes on. They don't really know exactly how many pins they need. Dan Harding just got the 210, 2-4, 10 on frame 9 on lane 17 and 18. So that would put Dan Harding a little bit on the par as well. Teemu went for the spare. He did not get it. So 168 for Teemu. Dropping all the way down to 968. So actually Teemu is going to be below Moritz. Moritz still alive with 982. Nora takes the spare. And Dan Harding, as high as Dan Harding could go, is with a triple 973. So Moritz can make it all the way in. Moritz was 18th with 9 below par. He shot 191, so he's on 982. I think everything now it's between Moritz and Nora. I don't know if Nora really knows that she only needs to do like strike, spare, strike. That would put her with 985 and she would make it all the way in unless I missed someone around. Anton Persson, double on the 10th. So it's going to make a 200. It's going to be staying above par. Let me see. Let me make sure that I haven't missed anybody who was out of the spot or out of the picture and suddenly coming in. I don't think so. I see a 958 for Juhani Tonteri. That's a little bit short for him. No, I think everything is now for Nora. I'm not sure anybody out there is really, I believe Robert Andersson, Team Sweden, is around, so probably he may give her some information, but now everything is on the hands of Nora. Dan Harding dropped down. Teemu Putkisto with a 4-9 on the 10th drop down. Let's see Nora on lane 10, pretty deep inside on the lane. She just had the very good strike over there. She gets another strike over there. Good strike for Nora on the 9th frame. And she only needs a 9 spare spare and 8 on the 10th to go all the way to 983. That would be 1 pin more than Moritz. Oh, I'm getting excited now. This sounds like a football game in here. And then they say bowling is not exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. I'm really sorry for those who are in bed and trying to fall asleep. Usually when I listen to any radio sports show, when I'm trying to fall asleep and they get that excited, I get pretty upset because, you know, they pump up my heart and they don't let me fall asleep. But this is actually quite exciting at the moment. So what are you guys thinking? Is Nora gonna make it? Is Nora gonna manage to survive this one? She needs a 9 spare and strike, or actually 9 spare 8 would be enough for her. Let me know, people in the chat. Is Nora gonna make it? Jennifer asked me, don't they see a total scoreboard down there? I believe they see, but it's too much attention you want to put on your shots. On your shots, you don't really want to be looking around. So let's see what Nora manages to do now. It's a real moment of truth. Nora, lane 9. Really, really deep inside on the... There you go. There goes Nora. Let's see what goes on. Come here nu. Yes! Unbelievable. She's so fucking good. Sorry, excuse me for my language, but I get really excited. That strike was unbelievable. That's the clutch moment. And that's going to tell you who she is. Great, great job for Nora. Wow, I'm getting emotional here. And then they say bowling isn't exciting. Bowling is unbelievable. We have Osan here. Come on, Nora. Jennifer says, I hope so. The final needs a lady. Oh, now I hope I haven't miscount anybody and all of a sudden all the audience drops down like, you said she only needed a spare. But yes, 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 she's going to be on 90 something. One more and she makes the par. One more for Nora. Yes, one more for Nora. She's going to be on a par. Bro, yo, va, Nora. Gratis. Unbelievable. So exciting, so exciting. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Nora, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bowlers above par. So yes, Nora is going to make it into the final. Wow, what a morning, man. That was even better than Red Bull. I feel so awake all of a sudden. Amazing show, amazing show. Great job for Nora. Shall we go do an interview? The squad is done. We're going to start pretty soon with step 2 in the final. Let's stay awake. If somebody needs to go to the toilet, it's time to go. Run out there, go to the toilet, take some coffee, grab something to eat. We will be back pretty soon. Thank you, everybody who's watching. I'll be right back. I also need my 5 minutes break now. I need to go out there, take a deep breath get some oxygen in my brain. I'll be back.
Okay, final step 1 in the books, and well, I would say unofficially, but it's very close to official. Nora will grab the last spot on 1005, so 5 over to make the cut here in final step 1. Thank you very much to the 15 bowlers that is over. The tournament is over for the 15 bowlers now that didn't get over par in its block, and we will try to start final step 2 at 11 or very close to 11 o'clock. So then we will be back.
Utskriven eller vill du kolla på hemsidan? Nej, men ska de inte göra intervjuer och de får stänga av streamen och så vidare så att inte det blir problem på YouTube? Innan du, så att de har stängt av streamen där ute så att det inte blir fel. Jag vet inte hur snabba de har varit. Lottas det eller går det igenom? Ja, det lottas.
There will be a lane draw again for this one for final step 2. So the 40 bowlers that's gonna bowl final step 2, lane draw is starting pretty soon.